Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Circle on up, form the mosh pit. We are here to talk about Ren. If you didn't see the video, 30-minute video where he explains the situation that he was in, I'll preface this really quickly. He bought a beat from a guy called KUJO and made Sick Boy with it, which you guys all know that song. Well, long story short, KUJO was not doing his part as an artist for clearing every part of the sample that he used on the beat. So he'd already been on the run from the people who owns the sample to get credit for it and all that. But when he realized how big Sick Boy was, he turned around to Ren and basically tried to force him into paying him more money, which basically he was in the wrong for doing that. And what he was trying to do with Ren was totally illegal. And then Ren offered him many olive branches, including them just squashing all of it. This was after he also took down the song because KUJO tried to make him pay up. Then he said, like, hey, let's make a song together. You'll be in the good graces of my fans. You'll get a lot of clout for it and a lot of money. KUJO never did it. And, you know, Ren, we've seen him be a really nice guy and be very understanding of people at trying to always look at the good. But when he doesn't, or when he realizes there's nothing more to be said, then he's ticked, understandably so. It's one of the reasons why I've always been scared. I know some people would look at this channel and be like, you write music? Yeah, I used to. And one of the things that always scared me in the back of my head was buying a beat from someone and being like, is it all really legit? What if it pops off? What if someone says something or wants more money? All that legal stuff is always crazy to me. So this is Ren's response. KUJO beatdown. And we are a breakdown channel here, so we're going to check this out here in detail. I'm going to pause it. Before we even get into this, man, it's the strings and how he's grunting over it. It's just it's baking soda and vinegar. It's adding on top of each other. The causticness of the instrumentation and his voice is just revving it up. It's so good. And then being in that position, kind of a Gollum like feral stance and just grunting, like adds such an embodiment of just the pent up anger. It's so good. It's so good. And sorry, that's also in reference to Sick Boy when he starts off with all that grunting.
I'm trying to be the person who is rightly doing right, who is right there on the righteous path, no wrong in words I write. But the forces out there test me right. I'm trying to find the path and forgive all those who test my will. There's trouble in my heart.
Okay, so we're getting the back and forth now. So he's on the ground, like first he's, kneeling over the situation, he's grunting, but then he's sitting down, holding his hand up, like there's something looking down at him. It's that negative energy that's coming in, that's deciding, I'm going to be irritated about this situation. And he's trying to say, I tried to right the wrongs with the words I write, and it's just not working. Please just understand I'm trying to do the right thing here. But that other side of him is going to come in and be like, nope. We gave him a shot.
All those who test my will, there's trouble in my heart. What the fuck, you little pussy? This ain't high rent number 2. This ain't pendulums or songs of hope that can't talk from you. And the last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the rope that will choke a bitch pale.
And the hope is a rope that'll choke a girl pale. Like, whoa. There's a lot of people who think that hope and that positive feeling about things is a negative. Because there are people out there who could take advantage of that. But, and this is where I think, just quick psychology side note, I think we get nurtured into thinking that hope is not a good thing. Because we get hurt. We trust people who put us down, who, betray us. And then we turn around and think, well, I'm never going to trust. I'm never going to be hopeful for the future. But I don't believe that is a realistic way to live. But I mean, shoot, if the biggest thing you ever made, I think he put it, it's the song that he was the most proud of, gets taken down by some scummy person. You need to check out the 30-minute video he did where he goes into detail about it. He keeps all the receipts, and lets everybody know that this guy is a bad dude. Oh, yeah.
Last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the road that will choke a bitch pale. No, just...
Oh, and also that was in reference to him. He was hoping that it would prevail, KUJO. So then he's saying, well, that hope is not going to work now. Because you already stole from someone before. You're not going to steal from me. I took the song down. You're not getting any more money from it. None of us are. I gave you an opportunity to work with me, and then now we're going with the back and forth. I liked how in Sick Boy, he was literally in the same spot, but he was looking back and forth. But here, being a little bit more animated, literally going from kneeling over his nicer self to cowering, like just the aerobics that he has in a lot of his videos is amazing.
Just wait a sec, cause there's nothing to be gained when you sever the neck. I know the art is a part of your heart, so you're upset, but this hate breeds hate. Please wait, geez, Ren. I'm getting pretty sick of the sick boy, trying to be the it boy, trying to be the I'm so morally equipped boy.
Oh my gosh, that nasally head voice, I'm so morally equipped boy, like that just made me think of well, in Sick Boy, or High Ren, actually. High Ren as well. When he was like, oh, they had the back and forth, and he was, oh, music is all about the creative process. You know, just like that kind of thing. He's insulting Ren's positive outlook, going back into that. And yeah, I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I'm thinking that he's eventually going to give in and be like, you know what, this still is a bad situation. Let's fix it.
Cause the sick boy, trying to be the it boy, trying to be the I'm so morally equipped boy. Face it, you're mad as fuck, Ren. Now let me cut this worm with my razor blade pen. Fuck it.
So he stands up, he looks at the other side and goes, okay, like, dude, I'll say this, unless I'm mistaken about how, you know, the world sees a lot of stuff, there's so many reviewers and people who talk about music that seem to legitimately think that an artist talking about their feelings is a bad thing. I can count on one hand the amount of people I've seen actually positively talk about an artist being very understandably irritated and get in their bag about how they feel, or get in their head rather, about how they feel when not only someone fumbles their bag. I mean, he's not even in need of money at this point, but it's the fact that you took something that meant so much to him here and here, not just here, you know. And I think there's so many people out there that act like it's a sign of weakness to be angry. Dude, you have every right to be angry. If people think that you can't be angry, they just don't know what art is. They just have never had someone hurt them like that. Dude, I'm not even an artist like this guy, but if anyone did something like that to me with my music and like tried to rip it out from the inside out, of course I'd be upset. Anyway, let's see how he deals with this. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Whoa. Is that a choir he's got back there? Whoa.
Hi, KUJO.
Just even the... I'm so sorry. Okay, so that is KUJO. Holy smokes. Well, props to the guy who he got to act out KUJO here. But how the heck do you do the lighting like that? Where you have all that spot obscured in shadow, and then boom, you like flash way in the background. That choir right there. Dude.
Hi, KUJO. Please don't try to struggle. Hear me out. See, I'm on your side, really. Well, I was till I found you could get a little greedy. Push your luck a little far. There's a moral, little Jimmy, of the cookie and the jar. See the...
Dude, the guy's... Dude, even just how the guy is acting. He's going back and forth from like, oh my gosh, to like glaring at Ren. He's still, I think he's encapsulating what Ren was talking about in the synoptic video of, hey, this guy every step of the way was criticizing me and lying about me and being angry. I think that's incredible acting on that guy's part. Yeah, there's that moral little Jimmy of the cookie and the jar. I don't know. I'm thinking of some American stories that we have just about greed in general and how, you know, little kid gets everything he wants and then he gets sick. And it's like, well, okay, that's what you wanted, buddy. You decided to be naughty and take everything you wanted, and now you're suffering the consequences. I'm sure the idea is the same.
There's a moral, little Jimmy of the cookie and the jar.
Wait, hold up. It looks like one of the angels back there was like, oh, it's like for a second when the camera or the lights flashed, it looked like her jaw fell a little further, like, oh.
A little greedy, push your luck a little far. There's a moral, little Jimmy of the cookie and the jar.
Oh, she was like mouthing something. Interesting. Anyway.
The needy and the greedy, they're just trying to fill a hole. So they take and then they take us still the empty in their soul. They feel so hard done by. Poor little you. Wanna take from me big, then I'll take from you too.
Where are we going with that? You want to take from me? I'm going to take from you. Well, he already took his blood. He's humiliating him here. He brought him out in front of the whole world. What's he going to do? The other thing, though, was him strutting around like that. You know, having that moment of like, yes, now I'm the one in control. Let me tell you how it's going down. And there's that glee. Hey, it's my turn now. Dude, that, like, I don't even know if you could call that a trope, but whenever the bad guy, we'll just call Ren a bad guy here for a sec. Whenever the bad guy gets in that mood of like, yes, so let me just tell you how happy I am for this day. Go on, before we get intense again. That's just, beautiful. But what are we doing here? Oh no.
Shut up, slut, you said the no. I thought you said you like it rough. I thought you said she liked it rough. You're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide.
What? Dude. Okay, so he's bringing in the girlfriend. Okay. I have hardly ever seen an artist do that without getting super petty. An example being, you're trying to explain to someone, hey, this is why you're wrong with this argument. It could be so easy to go, oh, and by the way, you're stupid. I can't even believe that. Look at the stupid profile picture you have. Like, you go into the petty insults on top of it because you're angry. But he's basically, he's still keeping it analytical of like, this is why your dynamic doesn't make sense. This is why you guys are in the wrong. You know, I don't get the dynamic. It's like, it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the only killing you're doing is career suicide. Those guys went out in a blaze of glory. Blaze of glory, just using that because it's a phrase. But he's saying you're not actually doing anything but ruining yourselves. So the fact that he's so angrily still spitting the facts of what they're doing is absurd. Yo.
By this dynamic, like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme. I won't lie, maybe just a little bit mean. You know, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only messing, lad. I love to spank the greedy.
Ooh. So in saying, taking a moment to back out and go, okay, yeah, maybe I might be sounding a little mean and stuff, but you know what? What did he say? I love to spank the greedy. Just the fact that that's been such a mantra for not only his music, but his life, that he's seen so many examples of people being poor in spirit because they're rich in gain. You know, if you're not good in here, it literally doesn't matter how much money you have. And you don't have to take it from me, a channel that doesn't even, as of right now, have more than 100 subscribers. A lot of you guys would have no idea who I am from my previous channel. But even then, I had 24K. Not really anything major. Not any huge major streaming things. But in life in general, if you live life, you're going to see people out there who might have a lot here, but nothing here. And all the money in the world isn't going to change any of that. So the fact that he brings it back to like, okay, greed, we don't like greed, let's talk about that. It's like it's right in his ballpark of what he writes about.
Listen, lad, I love to spank the greedy. Feel me? I hope you wake up sweating from your
and then we go back to the strings.
I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with my work, you might as well be.
Okay, so then we go back to the pig mask, which is indicative of greed. But hold on, did they switch places for a second?
I'm the sick boy that greedy feel me. I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me.
So he was flipping it for a second. You enslaved me by doing what you did. You took away something that mattered so much to me. So it's like the roles were reversed.
You wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with my work, you might as well bleed me. I put my whole soul into my words legally. Now.
Oh shoot. So the angels came in, maybe to try and tell Angry Ren, like, oh wait, no, they're coming. What's he doing back there? But okay, they're coming in to, maybe it's kind of letting his fans know, like, hey, you're the angels, you don't need to associate with this. You're good. Or something. I mean, clearly the angels don't need to help, they get killed off.
Put my whole soul into my words legally. Now a little thief, one beef.
Dude, how do they even do that? Like that whole little stutter thing. I've seen that in Kendrick's videos. I've seen that in plenty of other videos. I couldn't even imagine how much work it takes to like set it up, keep the camera steady. I know you can do it with just a steady shot, but making sure everything pretty much stays the same and then adjusting just a little bit and then being able to stutter it back and forth, that's crazy.
Want steal from me? That's how little thief lose teeth, you kneel to me. I'm the
Ooh, that's how the little thief loses teeth, you kneel to me. Just his inner rhyme schemes is incredible. And it's one of the main things I love about rap. It's so good. The fact he's grabbing the guy's face, like he's like, hey, look at me. And then he turns his ear to him like, listen. That's so good. And the fact he goes back into the very raspy head voice to just bring out those intense lyrics is such a good thing he does. The fact he could go back and forth like that is in art.
Subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the sick boy work. You feeling me? Cunt, I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the daughter. He's a friend, it's Zen. But if
okay, hold up. So first of all, we went back into him kind of swagging around, being a little braggadocious. But he said, I went easy on Dada, King Dada. He's a friend, it's Zen. If they're asking me if the war with MGK is... Oh, shoot, how did it go? They're asking me if the war with MGK is over. Of course it is. I cleanse him of his mortal sins. I'm God and the Lord forgives. From Eminem. Still taking the shot at the situation. I went easy on him anyway, and we're friends. It's cool. Like, what? This is petty. But, dude, look at that. Holy moly.
I'm the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is
Wait, what did you say before that?
If you kneel to me, I'm the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the...
Oh, he's got that main protagonist energy. Like, for real. It's not even in disrespect of anything. It's just saying, I am the main character. You are part of the scenery. You're not even something that people will remember. You know, people remember maybe the secondary and tertiary characters. No one remembers the scenery. Or not as much anyway. Dude, I think that also is a good indication too, since we're talking about artists screwing over producers and vice versa. There's a lot of producers that just don't get credited. So the opposite does happen, where some artists will just be like, yeah, this is my song, and never even credit anybody. I don't know why they think they can do that without suffering consequences, but it is, in fact, part of the dynamic. Like, you are kind of in the background. Now, I think that means all the more with Ren talking about, I tried to give you an olive branch and you just didn't listen.
Sick boy work, you feeling me? Cunt, I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the daughter, he's a friend, it's Zen. But if I ever hear your mouth speak the name of Ren out in public, then it's public, you don't want that again. And no one...
You don't want that again. He's already like, hey, this can get worse. Let me tell you. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the chamber. That's 5. I don't even know if I said all that right, but you know what I mean. Dude, it's M and Kendrick merged together here. Dude.
Warning for your bitch, of a girlfriend too. Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor KUJO, boo-hoo. If I ever read another fucking comment from you, then this is only part 1. It's even worse than part 2.
He has another in the chamber. This is an MGK where he's like, oh yeah, I had another shot and then I just put it back. No, you didn't, dude. You had nothing. Dude, this is... Yo, I believe this guy. I believe he's sitting back there like, like Nick Cannon was. You know, they had those 3 diss tracks all ready to go, and he acted like, oh, we just put out the first one. We don't want to have to put out a second one. We don't want to have to go back in the studio and write it. Oh, yeah, the one you already wrote and recorded? Come on. Dude. Ugh. Oof. The views expressed in this video are for creative purposes. Any issues I have will be dealt with on a personal basis. I do not condone abuse or bullying. That's that. I mean, you know, that's the thing of it too, is like a lot of artists can get caught up, or a lot of fans, I should say, can get caught up in what their artists that they like are up to. And they can get stressed like, oh no, what can I do to help? Like, I think a lot of people come at it from a good place, but saying any issues I have will be dealt with on a personal basis. I'm going to handle this. You don't have to. That's really good wording. I liked how he did that. And then also for the views expressed in this video are for creative purposes. Allegedly, I would tie him to a chair and beat him up a little bit, you know? Like, dude, that's insane. And I want to know your guys' thoughts about it. Tell me in the comments. Obviously, link to this is going to be in the description. Support Ren for this. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.